What's going on? What's going on, John? What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over what I believe to be the biggest misconceptions among UFC casuals and MMA casuals like myself. And you know what? I think I want to start off with Yair Rodriguez. And you know what I want to say? Yair Rodriguez doesn't have bad grappling. Now, people are going to argue with that. They're going to be like, yeah, but look what Ortega did to him. Okay, let's look at it like this. People are Ortega, one of the best submission specialists in the UFC, who almost submitted Volkanovski, who has wins like I don't know what I'm talking about. He has a submission win over Moicano, Cub Swanson, one of the best submission grapplers in the UFC, one of the biggest submission threats in the UFC, is able to submit a tall, lanky guy, and all of a sudden that tall, lanky guy just has no grappling. And another thing I see a lot about Yair Rodriguez is that he got taken down by Max Holloway, and Max Holloway was taking him down with ease and stuff like that. I just watched that fight literally like 10 minutes ago. Holloway only took him down once. The other two times Max Holloway was on top, Yair Rodriguez tripped. And Yair Rodriguez was able to take down Max Holloway one time. So I don't know where this this idea that Yair Rodriguez just cannot grapple. I don't know where that came from. Like he has good grappling. This guy has literally always had good grappling. It's just that the moment it's like he gets dismantled on the ground by Brian Ortega. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Ortega's really fucking good on the ground. I mean, dude, Diego Lopez couldn't pass Ortega's guard, and he had to leave the guard. Diego Lopez had to leave Ortega's guard because he couldn't get past it, and they had to like that's what happened. He couldn't get past Ortega's guard. He couldn't even get into guard. Well, I think he got into guard, but he couldn't get past it. He couldn't get into like side control or half guard or anything. He was stuck in Ortega's guard. He couldn't get past Ortega's guard. But no, yeah, Yair Rodriguez is just terrible because he he got submitted by Brian Ortega. That's such a thing. He's just so bad because of that. I just think that's a huge misconception. I think Yair Rodriguez has really underrated grappling now. I mean, sure, he only has like one submission win in the UFC, but it's like he's primarily a striker. He wants to keep it on the feet where he's better, and still he's able to find submissions. I just think that people, shit on his ground game too much after that Ortega performance. He has good grappling. It's just people fucking think, oh yeah, Yair Rodriguez, he shit because he got submitted by Ortega. Ortega's a great grappler. Ortega's a great grappler. Yair Rodriguez has a ground game. He just got like it's like saying, fucking what the fuck? What is it? What is it? What's a good example? What would be a good example? It'd be like saying, oh, Jim Miller has no grappling because he got submitted by Charles Oliveira. Is that what we're doing now? Michael Chandler has no ground game because he got submitted by Charles Oliveira. Maybe. Oh, no, Charles Oliveira, his submission defense is terrible because he got submitted by Islam. Okay, okay. Like, like, there's so many examples you could use of it, of just a great grappler submitting someone who they're just better than on the ground. Now, I'll admit the Islam one, he got it from a knockdown, and Michael. Michael Chandler didn't get submitted by Oliveira. Yeah. Dustin Poirier is a bad ground game because he got submitted by Oliveira and Khabib and Islam. You notice a trend with that? Hey, do you notice a trend with that? All amazing grapplers. It's like I don't get it, dude. People shit on someone's ground game because they get submitted by someone really fucking good, and then all of a sudden this guy has no ground game. He needs to work on his ground game a lot. I just don't get it. People are dumb. But moving on. Next up on the casual takes and myths that I'm gonna try and disprove. I guess I don't know what I'm calling this yet. Jose Aldo. Now, what do I mean with Jose Aldo? Everyone says that Jose Aldo, after he got knocked out of McGregor, knocked out by McGregor, automatically out of his prime. I hate that take so much. That is such a shitty, horrendous take. That is such a terrible take. Yeah, after the McGregor fight, he just wasn't the same. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, he was. It was the same fucking guy. People think that he was out of his prime just because he got knocked out. No. And he started losing because he got knocked out. No. You want to know why he started losing? Because the game progressed. Max Holloway currently would a current Max Holloway would be a prime McGregor that beat Aldo. A prime Volk beats a prime McGregor. Prime Ilya beats a prime McGregor. Maybe. We'll see. But it's like, dude, just because Jose Aldo got knocked out one fucking time, he's not dog shit all of a sudden. He's not washed. I mean, dude, after he got knocked out by McGregor, guess what? He beat Frankie Edgar. But people ignore that. And then after his losses to Holloway, fun fact, he won the first two rounds in both of those fights, I'm pretty sure. He won rounds 1 and 2 against Holloway. That's why he got an immediate rematch against Holloway, because he beat Holloway the first two rounds. Guess what? After the Holloway losses, what happened? He went on a win streak against Moicano and Stevens. What happened after the Volkanovski loss? He went down and he arguably beat Marlon Moraes. He should have gotten that win. He beat Marlon Moraes. He should have gotten that win. Against what happened after his loss to Peter? He had a competitive fight with Peter Yan, who many regard is now one of the best strikers in the UFC. And he was doing that at like 33, 34. And people are going to be like, I hate it because people are going to be like, yeah, well, people have different primes at different ages. Okay. If Jose Aldo is still doing good right now, do you really think he was out of his prime when he got knocked out by McGregor? No. The game just progressed past him. People want to diminish Holloway and Volk's wins over him. No, that's stupid. Volk, Holloway, and McGregor all have wins over prime Jose Aldo. And people will use the fact that, oh, Aldo wasn't in his prime, so he's still the featherweight GOAT. Because the prime Aldo would mince Holloway and Volkanovski. No, he wouldn't. We saw what happened to a prime Jose Aldo against Volk. Volk was able to keep him against the cage and outstrike him. We saw what Holloway was able to do. He's able to knock him out twice. I hate that argument of the stupid fucking. Oh yeah, no, prime Aldo. That wasn't prime Aldo because he got knocked out by McGregor. Oh yeah, okay. I guess a prime Robert Whitaker just went on its. I guess an out of prime Whitaker went on a tear after getting knocked out by Stephen Thompson. Yeah, this is just an out of prime Pereira. He got knocked out by Izzy, so it's just an out of prime Pereira. Oh, Glover Teixeira. I'm not gonna use that. That's a bad example. That's a bad example. What's another good example? Fucking Charles Oliveira got knocked out early in his career. That 10 run win streak he was on doesn't that that was an out of prime Oliveira. No, it wasn't. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid. Like that was a prime Aldo. Now am I saying Aldo shit? No. He's still one of the I still have him at number 2 at featherweight. But like arguing that just because he got knocked out by McGregor that he was out of his prime is a stupid take. It's a stupid take and I don't get it. Moving on, because I spent 10 minutes on my first two takes. Alex Pereira. Now, what do I mean with Alex Pereira? I mean his chin isn't that bad. People like to say that he's chinny. I'm going to keep this one brief and short because I think a lot of people are starting to realize this now, but who knows? I might just get this completely wrong and he might just get fucking slept by Roundtree, but I don't think Pereira has that bad of a chin. I mean, he got knocked out by Izzy Shore, but it was a perfect clean counter. Like a big winding overhand counter, perfectly timed, perfectly placed, and then another shot right to the temple while he was cutting 40 fucking pounds. He was cutting 40 pounds. He showed up on fight day 220. The guy was cutting 40 pounds, dude. Like, I think he can get a bit of a fucking break. And he's shown that his chin is better at 205. He was able to eat shots off Jan Blachowicz, a well-known power puncher. He was able to eat shots off of Yuri Prohaska, a well-known power puncher. Sure, Yuri hurt him at times, but he still ate all of the shots, and he was firing back. Like, I understand why people think he has a shaky chin because he got wobbled a couple times at middleweight, and at light heavyweight he's facing heavier hands, so they think it's old lights out. Eh, I don't think so. His chin is pretty good. It's held up. I think people forget that it was just the weight cut that was just draining all the fucking fluid out of his body and out of the brain. People forget about that. When you weight cut, the fluid around your brain, there's less of it. So there's less protection when it bangs against your fucking skull. So I don't know. People say he has a bad chin. I don't agree. I'm not gonna sit here and say he has a great chin, but he has a good chin. I think he has a good chin. He can take some good shots. I think a perfectly placed shot will hurt him, and he can be dropped at light heavyweight. I'll say. I think he can be dropped, but I mean I think he has a great chin, or not a great. I think he's a good chin. Like he can take shots well, and I don't think it's like game over if he gets touched at light heavyweight. So moving on to next bad boy John, Jack Della Maddalena. Now, for some reason, people think that he's just mid as fuck and overrated. Let's go through it. People will shit firstly on the Basil Hafez performance and say that some people say that Basil Hafez won that fight. You're stupid. He didn't win that fight at all. Jack Della Maddalena clearly outstruck and outdamaged him in the second and third rounds. It should not have been a split decision. And people will shit on JDM's grappling like it's just shit. It's not really. Sure, he got taken down by Burns, but Jack Della Maddalena broke his arm 30 seconds into the fight, and he was still able to defend takedowns, still able to escape bad positions. And people like to think that he's bad because of the Basil Hafez performance. Let's be real. Hafez only took him down one time, two times at the beginning. The only times he got takedowns were at the beginning of the fight, in the first round. And fun fact, every other time JDM got taken down is because he jumped a guillotine. It's because he jumped a guillotine. His grappling's not bad. He just kept jumping guillotines. Do I know why he kept jumping guillotines? No. Dude, I was fucking screaming at my TV for him to stop jumping guillotines. It made me so mad. But his grappling's not bad. He just made dumb choices that he shouldn't have, and he hasn't made those choices again. And people will bring up the Kevin Holland performance like he went like, oh, he got a robbery over Holland. He got a robbery over Fez. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. He beat Hafez clearly, and he beat Holland clearly. You want people act like Holland like got like fucking highway victim of highway robbery, dude. JDM almost got robbed. Are you kidding me? JDM landed the better shots in every. They were even on strikes, and JDM landed the better shots every round. Everything Holland land. The only two clean shots I remember Holland landing were straight rights, and they didn't phase JDM at all. I saw him whip his head around us for a second, but they didn't phase him at all. JDM was consistently landing clean combinations, clean shots to the body, leg kicks. I don't understand how people really like to underrate JDM and say he's shit and say he's overrated and say that guys like he gets minced. I just don't think they understand. I don't think people get it. People don't understand, and they're gonna shit on him. And then once he fucking pieces up Shavkat, yeah, what are they gonna say then? Moving on. Khalil Roundtree Jr. Okay, I remember what I was going with this. I want to do this just because, USC 308 is coming up, Whittaway, and I with we have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna do this. Uh, Roundtree with his fucking Khalil Roundtree with his Thailand experience. He's not a fucking striking master at all. Really. People have this misconception like, oh, but Thailand Roundtree is different. Is he? Is he really? Because if we're being honest, Khalil Roundtree, after he went to Thailand, got beat by Ion Cutelaba. He got beat by fucking who all did he get beat by? Let me look this up. That's it. No, never mind. I remember. He got schooled on the feet by Marcin Prachnio. If you don't believe me, fucking watch it. You got beat everywhere. You got beat clearly. He got schooled on the feet by Prachnio. He got taken down and knocked out by Ion Cutelaba. He got a robbery over Dustin Jacoby. People are gonna be like, oh, close fights aren't robberies. That was a fucking highway robbery. Jacoby outstruck him every round. Dismantled him on the feet. Jacoby, who gets hurt in damn near every fight. Jacoby got hurt by Menefield, got hurt by what's his face? What's his face? Dominic Reyes. How did I forget Reyes? He got hurt by Mirzakhanov. Khalil Roundtree wasn't even able to land clean enough to hurt or wobble fucking Dustin Jacoby. Why do people have this misconception that well, oh, Khalil Roundtree after went to Thailand is just a monster? He's on a tear. He's 5-3. He's 5-3 after he went to Thailand. 6-2 if you want to be technical, because because you got it. So what? But he beats people like he owes them money. Okay. He beat Carl Roberson, Eric Anders, and he went life and death with Anthony Smith. And he got schooled on the feet by Prachnio, and he got schooled on the feet by Dustin Jacoby. You guys want to know something really fucking funny? I bet you didn't know this. Alex Pereira knocked out Dustin Jacoby in glory. He knocked out Jacoby cold in glory. And Jacoby schooling Khalil Roundtree on the feet. Am I going to sit here and say Khalil Roundtree has no chance? Yes. Do I really mean it? No. I mean, he has like a maybe 2% chance. I'd give him a 2% chance to win. But people act like he's just some fucking freak of nature. Like he's always a monster after. Like, dude, he's not. This is a guy who got knocked out by Johnny Walker, Ion Cutelaba, schooled on the feet by Prachnio, and schooled on the feet by Jacoby. Sorry. Bangkok ready Khalil Roundtree Jr. or Thailand Muay Thai Roundtree Jr. is not some freak of nature monster. And I think he's going to get put out cold this weekend. Sorry to say it. I think this is the final one I have. Tom Aspinall. Uh, there's not a lot, really. I think the one thing that I see, and I'll see it rarely. I don't see it rarely. I see it like commonly, and it just doesn't ever make sense because people are stupid. I'll always see someone say, who was Tom Aspinall beat? Tom Aspinall's beat nobody's. And that kind of like fucking makes no sense to me. Because here's the thing with it. People every time I see someone say that, I'll see immediate replies. He has 5 wins over current top 10 heavyweights. And then the replies are just, yeah, but who cares about those? Those are nobodies. Those are bums. Like whatever, dude. Sure. Sure, buddy. Okay. I'll just see people say he's beat nobodies. Why do people value him over John Jones? He's beat nobodies. He has 5 wins over current top 10 fighters, but people will just then the guys will just refuse to acknowledge that. And I see it more often than you think, and it pisses me off because you clearly know who he has beat We just labeled it. You just refuse to acknowledge it because you just want to be right. Like, fun fact, his wins over Marcin Tabora knocked him out in the first round. Sergey Spivak knocked him out in the first round. Curtis Blades knocked him out in the first round. Alexander Volkov subbed him in the first round. Sergey Pavlovich knocked him out in the first round. What more do you need? All of them are top 10. You know the lowest ranked guy? I think it's Marcin Tabora at number 9. Like, what are you going to do? And then everyone's going to sit here and say, oh, but trust me, once he fights Gone, it's over. Is it really? Is it really? I mean, who has Gone beat that Tom Aspinall didn't beat more impressively? I mean, what, you're going to bring up Volkov? I mean, Gone kind of went life and death with Volkov. Fair, he won every round. It was still competitive. Tom Aspinall finished Volkov inside of a round. It's like, dude, I don't. People are just gonna like, do you like give his wins no value? It's like it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. This guy could literally have wins over every single ranked fighter in the heavyweight division. People are still gonna say, "Who's he beat? Who's he beat?" Every single fucking ranked fighter in the top 15. No, nobody's bumps. I don't feel like people are gonna ever give him credit for his wins. I feel like the same people who are gonna be like, who said, "I think Curtis Blades is gonna beat him," are gonna say, "Yeah, but Curtis Blades wasn't that good anyways." Like, shut up, dude. I don't get it. People are gonna shit on his resume. I think he has a pretty good resume starting out so far. Uh, is that it? Let me see. Yep, that's it. Tell me what you think of the fucking top 10 misconceptions. That's it. See ya.